Now what I'm doing to this car might be one of the most controversial things you can do to a Foxbody Mustang. And I'm not talking about an LS swap. Now I know you guys have probably all been there. A deal on Marketplace popped up that was just too good to pass up. I hopped in the trusty FFR and went and got the parts. When I got home, it was time to get to work. No surprise here, another Ford that won't start. Looks like we're gonna have to bust out the Canadian tow truck. Come on. Put her in a low gear. This might be the stupidest thing I've done on this channel. I think for next time, we're gonna have to get a kinetic rope. So what I'm talking about doing is converting from the original 4i Foxbody front end to the more modern Aero nose front end. This is probably gonna upset a lot of you guys, but if this makes you squeamish, you're probably not gonna like the rest of the build. If you are excited to see the rest of the build, it really helps me out if you hit that subscribe button down below. If you do, I appreciate it. For now, let's figure out how to pull this bumper off. Well, this part should be easy. I just gotta take off this fender liner, and all I have to do is take out this hardware that I can't even tell what it is. I think that's a screw. This should be fun. You wanna make sure you're really gentle with this old brittle plastic so that it doesn't crack. Oh, there's another screw. Here's some pretty good dirt up in here. Oh my God. I might have to get the hose out for this. Next up is going to be to take all of these bolts out along there, and maybe we'll unplug the headlight while we can get to it there. Got a few along here to take off now. You Americans might not get to deal with this a whole lot, but we get bolts that get stuck in our sockets up here. It sucks. Had to pull out the battery in the coolant overflow to get to these last few bolts, but hopefully these are the last few. I think that was the last bolt. Nice. We got everything unplugged too. Wow. Wow. That's sick. Holy cow. God, there's a lot of space up here. Oh, this is metal. The replacement one we got is plastic. That's pretty cool. It might save some weight. Wow, there's a ton of space up in here. Just like that, the bumper's off and we're ready to update the front end. Oh God, that's a lot of weight on the nose of the car. Oh. Oh, don't tell. Okay, you guys just saw me fighting with the crash structure. Clearly it doesn't fit on these plates. If there's any Mustang experts watching, maybe you can tell me what the solution is. I don't know if I'm supposed to modify this, modify these. Either way, the bumper cover doesn't really mount to this anyways. It just protects the car in case of an accident. This car is really not going to be street driven much, so I think I'm just going to leave these, not mount the crash structure for now. I'll put the bumper cover on, and then later on down the road I'll build some sort of tubular bumper that goes underneath the bumper cover. But for now, we're just gonna ignore this problem. God. Oh God, that looks so good already. I'm fired up. And this looks so good. I can't believe this. Looks like a totally different car. This isn't fit up very well right now. You can see that's kind of hanging down. Need to massage the fenders a little bit, but man, oh God, that looks sick. Looks like a new car. I'm stoked. That looks so good. Best thing to get this lined up. Not too far off at all. Huh. This mostly lines up, but it looks like there's a piece of plastic that's kind of not lining up here or missing here. Okay, there's a piece missing. I just realized it's on the other fenders. It's like a little fascia body kit trim jobby here. And hopefully that fills the gap from the accident on the other side. I'll pull those off right now. The guy that I bought these from warned me that the fender openings on these earlier models are smaller than the later models, which would make sense why this isn't lining up right now. I have some things planned for this car that are going to push these wheels into a weird position on this fender, so I don't want to start cutting anything yet until I know where the wheels are going to end up. So I might just not run these for now. I know it might kind of seem like I'm taking some shortcuts right now, not finishing things that need to be finished, but it'll make sense later in the build, so stick around and you'll see why. Well, the install was not good, but the body lines are also not good. I'm just kidding. It actually doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. I think the last thing we've got to do now is swap the hood over. And I'm here by myself right now, so this might be a bit of a challenge, but let's see how it goes. Ooh, that was spooky. This is heavier. Oh God. Yeah, this is. That's pretty cool. That's still pretty cool. This looks so good. I'm pumped. I was never a big fan of the 4i look. I was kind of on the fence when I actually owned one, but now that this front end's on, I'm no regrets. This is the better front end. Sorry guys, this is the better front end. This looks so good. It was a much quicker job than I expected. There's definitely some hang-ups that we got to fix in the future. We got to put on some sort of crash bar on the front, which we're going to do if we're going to be drifting this thing anyways. And I need to get different sized bolts to mount this hood because clearly those ones weren't the right size, but it's on there. Everything's in place. It looks really good. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.